What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another exciting video. Today, I wanted to watch some Melee matches from a very silly tournament, and I wanted to give a little bit of historical context into a funny time in the community. Things were a little bit different back then. There was a little bit more silliness. You know, it was an earlier day, and in particular, the tournament we're going to talk about was the Big House 4. We got another video on the channel that I think probably just went up if you're watching this now on could top 40 to 50 players in 2022 win a tournament in 2014. And for some reason, the tournament, the major that we chose to dissect was Big House 4, which was set in 2014, right? So now while we're on the subject, let's actually talk about Big House 4 and why I thought it was such a silly tournament. We're going to watch two sets from this tournament. They might not be the sets that you expect because they're not going to be grand finals. They're going to be some sets that happened. And here is... First of all, before we get to any of that, we gotta kick it over to the way tournaments started back in the day, which was, of course, they started on Smashboards. The way the culture worked back then, hey, we weren't on Facebook. There's no Twitter, Facebook. The way that you advertised your major was you made a Smashboards thread, and the best thing about them was you had the tournament thread when the tournament first gets announced, and then you also would have these results threads, and so you could scroll down and see how people were doing in each event, all the way down to top 64, outside of top 64, even top, like, well into the fucking, so are obviously like 129. Doubles gets listed. You've got your Project M results here because this was a huge tournament in 2014 that everyone was basically playing PM back then. I'm even in here somewhere. I think I got like 65th or some shit. 97th? I get 97th? Let's fucking go, baby. I remember who had a crazy result. My favorite result from this tournament has to be 33rd place. You got Mango, you got Leffen, and you got my boy Vish. Let's fucking go. I remember Vish had a crazy run this tournament. And he didn't even play this game. He played Captain fucking Falcon. He played Melee Falcon, and he got 33rd at this fucking tournament. That shit was crazy. Okay, but anyway, not about Vish right now. But like I said, this was a crazy tournament. I wanted to also talk about, you know, while we're on the subject of these results threads, these tournament threads, something that I thought was really cool. Back in the day, we would have these would be results threads, but they would also be shout-outs threads. So the way it worked was you'd get home from the tournament, and it'd be Monday or Tuesday or whatever, and you'd go on Smashboards, and you'd go on the results thread, and you'd look at the results and see how you did, see how everybody did, and then you'd do all your shout-outs, you know? And whoever you were, we got CTL the homie right now, legendary. CTL, I think, is best known in the community for... CTL's this guy. Here's a video that went viral. Yeah, the CTL. This CTL right here. Y'all ready for CTL? CTL. He's playing V on DDR on doubles, while also playing the song on the violin. He had to take his hands off the fucking string for the jumps. Hey, I get it. Super duper on beat though. Anyway, so that's CTL. It's actually really funny because this video made it to my Twitter feed. And I was like, I watch it. And I was like, damn, that's crazy. Because, you know, it's got 14,000 likes. Like, what the fuck? But also, like, I saw it on my feed. And I watched the video. And I was like, wait, I fucking know that guy. That's fucking CTL, bro. He's like a NUS player. So anyway, he's the homie. And, you know, and we're seeing, you know, he's old school. And this was the culture back then in the old school day was you'd go on the thread. And you would make these shout-out threads where you'd shout all these people out, you know, and you'd say all these things about people. Junebug for showing how stupid Diddy is, you know. Dark Raid for getting 6 pool stream matches. Juggleguy, by the way, the head TO of the tournament, Juggleguy, a little bit lore of Juggleguy. Juggleguy loves Falcon, and in particular Dark Rain, as much as the Crimson Blur loves Marth. And so Juggleguy, being the biggest Dark Rain fanatic on the planet, apparently had every single one of Dark Rain's pool matches streamed so he could get all of his juicy Dark Rain footage to watch all of them. But okay, anyway. As you're scrolling through these Melee results, is this me in Melee? Would I get 49th? That's pretty good. Hey, 49th is Super Major. Look at that. Not bad. Top 64. Tied with Quaz. Hey, and NMW. I didn't even know NMW back then. I literally didn't even know it was like, that's crazy. Oh, maybe I did. I don't know, but okay. You'll notice all these names, but there's a particular name that I wanted to shout out. Here it is. I kept scrolling past it. Tied for 65th was, my favorite tag from this tournament. I never thought a tag could be as long as this, but here I am at the Big House 4, even though I am unemployed. Back in the day, we used Challenge. We weren't on Smash G yet. challenges, or whatever. I don't even remember how you sign up for tournaments. I actually don't remember what that flow even looked like. Maybe they used Google Forms, but listen, whoever made the Google Form, whatever the fuck it was, because again, this is pre-Smash GG. Smash GG just was not around in 2014. You could just put things in, and then the TO would have to say that. So Windrose, a Peach player from Canada, who's a funny guy. I love that guy. Windrose is super. I think he's like a doctor now or something like that. I don't think he plays much Melee anymore. But anyway, Windrose, when he entered this tournament, he made his tag. I never thought a tag could be as long as this, but here I am at the Big House 4, even though I'm unemployed, because there was no length restriction on the text box. Or if it was, maybe it was like 255 characters or something. And he got 65th, which is like pretty good. I mean, Windrose was pretty good, don't get me wrong, but like, you know, I think 65th was like pretty good at this tournament. You got players like Dark Adma got fucking 65th. The Dark Adma's always been good. O'Reilly, Vish obviously got 65th. Scar was quite good in 2014 for sure. So, well, there were two names in particular that I think were quite interesting. And, you know, just like when you're the head TO of a super major, Big House 4, especially in 2014, Juggleguy, he's a creative guy. Okay, my friend, he's a good friend of mine, Robin Harn. And Rob, I'll call him intermittently Rob, because I know top TOs. Yeah, when you're a top TO of the tournament like this, you can put whatever the fuck you want on stream. So you can run 6 Dark Reign stream matches in his pool, which is crazy. No one else is getting 6 stream matches in their pool. You can also rig the bracket to make particular matchups happen. And the first match that we're going to watch today in its entirety that was rigged, I'll say it. It was a rigged match. Maybe it shouldn't have happened if you went purely by just, you know, putting people into skill tiers and stuff like that. Well, it was Leffen versus Leffen's Ego. Leffen's Ego was a Twitter parody account, one of the first ones, in fact, maybe the first one. And unfortunately for you guys, I tried to do some research. I tried to find that parody account and find some of his tweets so that we could actually see some of those tweets on this video, and I could kind of show you. But the idea was basically this guy would tweet like Leffen and say things that Leffen might say. Now, while I could not find that Twitter account, I could find my favorite Ego Twitter account, which is Duck's Ego. Legendary Twitter picture. And of course, basically the whole premise of this account is that Duck is the only Samus player who's amazing, and all of the rest of them are, you know, just washed. And basically, Duck is a super Chad who doesn't have time for these small brain. This is the best tweet. I'll just show you this tweet. I think you'll get the idea. This tweet is when 129th at Evo tries to theorycraft with you, and you can't think of a good excuse to leave. Which is fucked up, you know. It's a little bit mean spirited. But this is a 10 out of 10 tweet. This is one of the best tweets of all time. In the Melee community, the look on his face, this is pretty good. This is what Hugo Gonzalez would call a hood classic. There's other banger, just out of control tweets on this account. This is what I'm running out of Wits tweet about. You can only farm Leffen and Westball so many times before it gets old. There's some other Leffen at Leffen warm me up for top 8. You should probably use all that Red Bull money and pay for some anti-Samus lessons. I mean, this one isn't even around this time 1 year ago. People were arguing who's better between me and fucking Hugs. So this was kind of the vibe. This was kind of the vibe. And yeah, I mean, I'll say it. This is my face when I play literally any fox in the world and Duck's just asleep. So this is the best all-time Twitter parody account as far as the Ego accounts go. But okay, it was inspired by Leffen's Ego, and Leffen's Ego. It looks like we got in the Wayback Machine. Thank you to Gray275 in the chat. And so we can look at some of these tweets, and you know, this is kind of the vibe, right? It's like a Smash for fucking over anyone brawl's pen of time. Take time for the real star. Okay, easiest $1,100 I ever made. Where all my haters now? The gods mean nothing to me anymore. Hashtag zip life, all single letters. I'm all for people using Adderall. It just makes me look better when I don't use it and fucking destroy them. So basically, this was the this was the first parody account. To me, not as funny as Duck's Ego, but this one broke ground. It was the first one. It was a novel concept at the time, and it was pretty funny. You know, it was pretty funny. seeing the idea is these are things Leffen would want to tweet, but they might be too spicy even for Leffen to tweet. Okay, so that was kind of the idea. By the way, shout outs to favoriting tweets instead of liking them. I missed the little star, I'll say it. Star every day of my fucking life. Anyway, this is the vibe. And the two would actually square off in tournament. Leffen versus Leffen's ego. And we're just gonna watch this. The first thing you might notice is the length of the video is not very long, which is a bad look. That says 334. That's half of a no, I was gonna rip on Ult. Sorry, Ult's got it hard enough. I was gonna say that's half of a Steve match. Steve's not actually that campy. I actually like watching Steve. I think a lot of male players like watching Steve. I'm not gonna go there. I'm not gonna go there. I take it back. But I don't know. Go for some cheap laughs. Could have had the stock right there. Oh, that could have been shine from Leffen. That could have been shine from Leffen. This really happened. This was
so easy. He has really good out of grab combos. Yeah, like that.
This literally. Oh, Leffen going for the Joey-nair. We just got done talking about, you know, who would win a tournament traveling back in time from 2022. I don't know, man. Would Professor Pro do that nair? I think he'd regrab. Shine out a shield from Leffen, but Leffen looks pretty good. Gotta say, this should be a dead. Goes for up throw up smash, but I mean, you can go for whatever you want at this point, I suppose. There's the shine spike, and that's game one. That's a tough way to start your set if you're running a parody account. Leffen's ego here on the ropes. A lot of pressure's on. People are watching. Leffen gave him the fucking. He gave him the my B laugh. Look, he gave him the asterisk, the lefts. Look at that. He left him. Give him the asterisk lefts asterisk. That happened a lot more back then. Leffen's not leffing that much these days. Leffen doesn't leff anymore. All right, game two. Fan of Dreams. Not much of a better look. Okay, up throw into nothing. That's tough. Leffen on the mean hand. On the meanwhile. I said mean hand. Like I was trying to say other hand. Like on the other hand and in the meanwhile, and I kind of crossed my wires there. Huge shine. Leffen walking around. Is that a BM walk? That felt like a BM walk to me. That's just the kind of energy I got out of that one. Oh, down smash not connecting. But okay, Leffen coming in with some more heat. Up smash gonna whiff, but no punish. No L cancel on the down air. It's another shine spike. People didn't shine stall back then. Very few spacies were shine stalling when they got thrown off stage back then. It was a very rare technique. It was actually one of my things that I would criticize other spacies for. I was like, you gotta shine stall more. It's really good. I was one of the people on fucking 2011, 2012, all the way through probably 2013. I was on Smashboards telling people to shine stall and shorten their side Bs. I was like, I'm telling you, these techniques are broken. You got to use them. Wow, I thought that was it. I thought he lost his jump right there. Looking for another shine spike. Down smash not going to connect because he's a little bit late. Hey, Falco side B hard to edge guard even back then. Forward tilt. Down smash. That was actually a sweet spot. That was good. Man, Leffen really looking for down smash was just the meta back then, huh? Everybody's down smashing all the time. Okay, no jump, and that's gonna do it. Got the fist bump. By the way, that tells me something right there. I feel like back then, this was still the era where people would give handshakes. If it was a good set, people would give a handshake, you know? And that was definitely a fist bump. This was definitely the period of time where you could expect to see handshakes if it was a good enough set, but no eye contact, fist bump from Leffen. Get out of here, kid. And I do think that this ultimately retired the parody account. Leffen's ego, or the man behind Leffen's ego's parody account, kind of stopped tweeting. The next set I'm going to watch today, and I appreciate Gimmer's thumbnail creativity on this one. There was someone who entered this tournament named Mufasa. And my boy Scar got to fight Mufasa because Juggleguy, aka Robin, has a sense of humor. So now let's watch Scar versus Mufasa. Also a pretty short set, not as short. But it makes sense. There's a Jigglypuff on the screen. Jigglypuff's a little bit of a slower character to actually take stocks off of. So it's Falcon Puff. Oh man, Cody's. I don't even want to know what Cody style hug means. I don't want to think too hard about that one. No, don't die. He should have died right and died for the. No, what are you doing? He did the Ludwig. No, that's a bad way to start the set, bro. What the f was that grab? Jumped into the. Oh my god. Yeah, Juggleguy definitely seeded this shit to happen because he's a real funny guy. Real funny guy, and I'm sure Mufasa thought so too. Oh wow, Scar wanted to stomp on the platform. Scar looking pretty nice. I will say the one thing I noticed is that Scar is definitely... There's this playstyle you have to adapt against Jigglypuff because a good Jigglypuff will be in the air most of the time. And like Scar is playing a lot of ground game, like spacing around ground options and, you know, granted, he's doing that because it's working. And oh, wow. Dude, we keep calling it the Ludwig. We really got to call it the Mufasa. He was doing it first. That was terrible. That did not combo, bro. You could have gotten out of that. That was fucking terrible. Come on, man. You were out of his stun for like 30 frames. Maybe more. See, like that. Like, he's getting these openings where it's like, bro, Mufasa, this guy Mufasa, he's not jumping. Like, you got to play in the air, your Jigglypuff. You got to jump around. Some background for those who don't know the joke may help. You don't even need to know that there's a combo video called I Kill Mufasa. You need to have watched The Lion King. If you've watched The Lion King, then you get the joke. And if you haven't watched The Lion King, then you shouldn't be watching my stream. You should be watching The Lion King. You never seen The Lion King? Hey, I appreciate you, Hamburger Shoes. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. I want you to know that I appreciate you. And I think you're spending your time wisely and in an effective manner. That did happen in the movie. Wasn't there a top 100 puff that played mostly grounded? Maybe? I don't know. Who? Maybe. 4% of one of those guys? Tech, kind of? Kind of. There's a whole playstyle that a good puff makes you adapt. That makes it so that the conventional melee playstyles don't work. And I feel like Mufasa isn't really representing those options against Scar. He's not making him play in that style. So, man, he loves that fucking rollout. I think the best way to edgeguard it probably is you just get hit by it because they die if they hit you, they die. Uh-oh, Scar's jump didn't come out. So that's an hedgehog. That's rough. Uh-oh, indeed. Oh! Trying to force smash him from behind. Oh! How did Mufasa die? How did he die there? He held crouch and then he got evaporated and he didn't. You can live that if you CC it, I think. Maybe you can't. I don't know.
Yeah, now he's like bringing it back because that's like his thing. No, you read that book, Lean, and like ever since then, like.
Oh man, Lean Scar, Lean startup. How do you guys hear this commentary? Bob was wearing the lean tag at every tournament back then because he read the lean startup and he was in lean melee, right? Lean being like trim the fat. And when Brandon saw it, he was like, "No way, Bobby, you sip lean." No, Scar does not sip lean.
No,
that's funny as.
Like first we have to tackle like, dude, Bobby, you sip lean? Like, no, no freaking way. Like, there's no way he sips lean. Nah,
bro, I miss old school NorCal, man. God damn, times were different back then.
But yo, he did win. He won.
Oh my God, no, Bobby does not drink lean, bro. Bobby probably doesn't even know what lean is.
And Bob will get his moments.
Like he beat smoke two joints, lovage, PBU, shroom, all.
Dude, this is how you know it was a different time. People still call Johnny Smoke Two Joints. Nobody said. When's the last time you heard people say the full government name? I haven't heard that in a minute. I heard it's either Johnny or S2J.
I think people think he's straight garbage now, which I'm like, I don't think.
People thought Bobby was straight garbage in 2014. That's tragic.
That deep Bobby, like, it's hit.
If that comes back, that's
like
hit.
that he could get top.
Oh, you could do that.
Yeah, this place is so good. Oh, he did it again.
Oh! Nah. Nah.
That would have been insane.
Nah. Did the punch even come out?
That's the soul, dude. Yeah. This place is so good. Oh, he did it again. Oh my God.
Oh, the punch does come out down there. Damn. I didn't even know there was enough room for the fucking punch to come out. Bro, I thought people calling him Smoke Two Joints was a meme. Damn. Welcome to the old school, I guess. No, it stands for Smoke Two Joints. Like, memes aside, that was the original Like, I think now it's just S2J. I think it's been formalized into just being S2J, like S2J, SSPM. Well, no, I mean, even on the Smash Wiki page, Smash or S2J, S2J abbreviation for smoke 2 joints. Like, it's definitely on there. S2J, smoke 2 joints, S2J. Bro, this is my favorite part right here. What the fuck is this shit? You already said S2J. You don't need to put S2J in there again, bro. Johnny, shout outs to Jesus, Johnny O'Kim. Nice.